And we welcome you to the north of the border at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. I am Vinny from Vita Productions. We have NBA2K26 presents another exciting edition of the 2025-2026 NBA season playthrough. On this calendar day, we are now on Thursday, December 4th, 2025. We have a match between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Toronto Raptors. As we see LeBron James warming up, this will be his first appearance in a watched game here as we look at the guard. Starting off with the guards here, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and Rui Hachimura will be at the forwards, and at center for the Lakers, DeAndre Ayton. And for the Raptors, Emmanuel Quickley and Brandon Ingram will be your guards. The forwards will have R.J. Barrett, the native Canadian, along with Scotty Barnes and Jakob Poeltl. At center, as you see, the Lakers will win the tip here. Both teams lost their first game in schedule block number 1. As you can see, the Lakers, that is for Doncic for 3, and Barnes will get the rebound. Raptors also lost their only appearance in a watched game. You see Ingram for 3. He drains it, and the Raptors score the game's first points of this game. Game's first points. LeBron James with it. The Lakers going into this game at 13-7 on the season, and the Raptors are 10-12. You see LeBron James with it under 7 to shoot here. You see Luka Doncic. There's a shot up. That's good, and the Lakers are on the board. LeBron James with the assist there. Luka Doncic averaging 21 points on the road and 10.3 assists. Those are just his road stats. Ingram coming through, passing it back over to Emmanuel Quickley. Quickly with 6 on the shot clock. He drains the 3, and the Raptors up by 4 early on. James with the jump shot. That is no good. As I said, LeBron James missed the first game of the season playthrough in the watch game. You see Brandon Ingram quickly has the Raptors up by 6. Luka has it for the Lakers here. Came, of course, in a very surprising blockbuster trade going to the Mavericks for Anthony Davis. See Austin Reeves with the bucket, and it's a 4-point lead for the Raptors now. 2 minutes into the game, 8-4 Raptors on top. Brandon Ingram has already been off to a fast start already. Ingram gets a shot up. That is off the iron. Rui Hachimura will get the rebound for the Lakers. Luka Doncic, no, LeBron James, no, Reeves has it. What am I saying? I can't see the name sometimes. Passing over to DeAndre Ayton, back over to Hachimura, to Reeves. Reeves for 3. He drains it. It's only a 1-point lead now for the Raptors, as we are 2.5 minutes into this game. Both teams making their first appearance in schedule block number 1. I believe this is only the schedule block number 2. I believe this is the Lakers' only appearance in schedule block number 2. They see Quickly for 3. He drains it, and the Raptors are back up by 4. LeBron with it. Coming around, I believe that matchup is against R.J. Barrett. You see Austin Reeves with it. Coming around, getting a little screen for a second, pass it over to Hachimura, and Hachimura with the layup, and it's good. The Lakers shooting 4 of 6, and the Raptors shooting 4 of 5, so both teams shooting the ball very well to start off here in the first nearly 3.5 minutes of this game. Poeltl back over to Ingram. Ingram for 3. He is off, no good, and Ayton will get the rebound. Reeves coming around. Reeves with a layup, and we are tied at 11. See Quickly getting the inbound here. He has it crossing the half-court line, back over to R.J. Barrett, the native Canadian, back over to Quickly. Quickly still has it now on the shot clock. Ingram for 3. He continues to be on fire, and the Raptors are back up by 3. And you're looking at his home stats here. He is averaging 23.9 points a game here at the Scotiabank Arena. See Doncic for 3. That is off the iron, no good. Ingram has it. Quickly coming around with it. Taking a little bit of time, passing it over to Barrett. R.J. Barrett. 2 on the shot clock, or 2 people defending him for a second. 6 on the shot clock now. Ingram Passes over to Barrett. Barrett passes up the second. He has to get that shot up. That is off the iron, and Luka Doncic will grab the rebound there. Back over to Austin Reeves. Reeves with a shot up, no good. RJ Barrett grabbing the rebound here. So we're approaching 5 minutes into this game. Is Quickly with a three-point shot. That is no good. LeBron with the rebound. And now we can say we are 5 minutes into the game, and there is a shooting foul called against Pirtle as Ayton with the slam dunk gets it in. He's going to go to the line for one. And an opportunity for the Lakers to tie this game again. The largest lead for the Raptors so far has been 4 points. The Lakers have tied a game up once. Have a chance to tie it up for a second time. They have not yet led in this game, and we are tied for a second time in this game. As said, now we're past 5 minutes into the first quarter. 14 all. Brandon Ingram. As we got 14 on the shot clock for the Raptors here. Ingram coming through. Ingram passed up a shot for a second. Back over to Emmanuel Quickly here. 5 on the shot clock. Quickly coming through. Quickly, there's a shot up. That is no good. And Ayton will grab the rebound. Doncic has it. Emmanuel Quickly had 13 points and 5 assists in the last game against the Trailblazers in a loss. See LeBron James with it, with 8 to shoot on the shot clock. LeBron coming through, passing it over. Doncic for 3, and the Lakers lead for the first time in this game. They are now up by 3. Ingram taking the inbound here, crossing the half-court line, and we are going to take a timeout here. It is 17-14, Lakers on top, 6:03 to play, and we're going to keep it here on this timeout because usually the first timeouts of the game, I usually tell you what my channel is about for those who are new to this channel. I am Vinny from V-Dub Productions. I do sports video games on this channel. Right now you're watching NBA 2K26 content, which I'm doing a season playthrough for the 2025-2026 season. That's why you see games well in advance. Like right now, you see this on, if you're watching this on the day that it came out, which will be Friday, November 14th, but this game is actually taking place on, the actual scheduled game will be on December 4th, 2025. And that's because I play one game for every 2 to 3 calendar days. Play the game, go through the stats, and I go through a post-game ticker, go through the results of every game, as well as the injury report, and also any notable news and notes if there's any trades that take place here. And I also do college football 26 content here. And as I said, I do it now every 1 game for Wednesday, 1 game for Thursday, 1 game for Friday, as the college football playoff rankings do not come out until Tuesday night, so kind of hard for me to determine the games I'm going to play until we get those rankings out. Back on Wednesday, we had Navy in South Florida. This game, last night we had Oklahoma and Alabama, and then tonight we have Texas, Georgia, which I think is probably the big game. Top 10 matchup. You see Doncic with the rebound. The only top 10 matchup to take place between 2 college football playoff ranked teams. They see James with it, back over to Achimura. Achimura to Ayton. Ayton for 3. The big man tried the 3, but it's no good. Barrett will get the rebound. Brandon Ingram has it for the Raptors as we're closing down 5.5 to play in the first quarter. 17-14. Lakers on top. Pirtle passing over to Barnes. Barnes back to Barrett. Barrett for 3. He drains it. And we are tied again. See, Luka Doncic pass it over to Ayton, and Ayton will get the bucket. And DeAndre Ayton will put the Lakers back on top by 2. Emmanuel Quickly has it for the... You see Scotty Barnes with it, back over to Quickly. That was Quickly that had the 3. Never mind. I get confused there. Thought that was Barrett for a second, but that was Emmanuel Quickly that had the 3 down the other way as he quickly ties the game again. Doncic with it. And you see Luka Doncic for 3. That is off the iron, no good. Lakers' last win game against Phoenix in their last game in a win. Luka Doncic had 34 points. They see Scotty Barnes with a jump shot. That's good. And the Raptors are back on top. DeAndre Ayton has it for the Lakers. Back over to James, back to Luka. Luka for three. That is off. Jakob Poeltl will get the rebound. RJ Barrett has it. Luka Doncic, 5 points, 3 rebounds. And as you see, I believe who's going to the line? Reeves called for the foul. That is Brandon Ingram going to the line on that shooting foul. And he's going to get a chance to shoot one to extend the Raptors' lead. Giving the Raptors their largest lead of the game if he can make this free throw, as we have substitutions coming in. And he does drain it. So the Raptors are now back on top by 5. Neck with it, inbounding it over to Marcus Smart. Back over to Luka. Over 3:40 to play here. Luka coming around with the slam dunk, and it's good. Luka Doncic in total is averaging 24.2 points a game as Grady Dick into the game for the Toronto Raptors. Back over to RJ Barrett. Barrett coming around now. Barrett passes that shot up to Brandon Ingram. Ingram from deep two. That is no good. Luka Doncic with the rebound. Luka coming around now. And there is a missed alley-oop attempt. Poeltl will get the steal there. Ingram passing over to Barrett. RJ Barrett will get the bucket, and the Raptors are back on top by 5. Under 3 to play here in the first. And we have a timeout for the Lakers here. 2:50 to play. The Raptors on top by 5. We're going to take a timeout. You're watching NBA 2K on VW Productions. And we are back here in Toronto. The Raptors up by 5 with 2:50 to play in the first quarter here. Been a little bit of a back and forth game. The Lakers had a lead for a little while in this game. The Raptors, I know, match their largest lead at 5. As you see, Hayes going to inbound it to Jared Vanderbilt. I believe Vanderbilt had to start in the last game. Marcus Smart back over to Necht. Necht loses it. Grady Dick will get the steal for the Raptors. 2:36 to play here. Ingram having it. Ingram coming around. Ingram for 3. He misses that. Marcus Smart will get the rebound. Smart with it. Back over to Necht. Back to Doncic. Doncic for 3. That is off the iron. No good. Ingram will get the rebound. Over to RJ Barrett to Poeltl. And Poeltl misses that one. Necht will get the rebound. You see Doncic for 3. He drains it. It's a 2-point lead now for the Raptors only. As we are under 2 minutes to play here in the first. What has been a very good first quarter so far in this game. Poeltl with it. Coming around. Back over to Grady Dick for 3. He drains it, and the Raptors are back on top by 5. We got somebody going to the bench, going to scorer's table from the Raptors. Necht for 3. He misses that one. Jakob Poeltl will get the rebound there. Grady Dick has it. Dick coming around, passing over to Ingram. Ingram for 3. He drains it. It's an 8-point lead for the Raptors. 1:05 to play in the first. Marcus Smart and his team trailing by 8 right now, late in the first. Alley-oop. As Hayes will get the dunk there on the alley-oop. 6-point lead now. Mogbo for the Raptors in. As Poeltl has it. Back over to Ingram. Ingram, jump shot from inside the paint. That is no good. Jared Vanderbilt with the rebound here. Under 40 seconds to play until the end of the first. Doncic for 3. That is off the iron. RJ Barrett will grab the rebound. Barrett coming around now. Being guarded by Luka Doncic. Barrett with the jumper. That is off the iron. No good. Doncic will grab the rebound. Shot clock turned off. So the Lakers can hold for one more if they want. 7-6 to shoot. See over here, Vanderbilt for 3. That is off the iron. Pirtle with the rebound, and that will do it for the first quarter. The Raptors playing very strong basketball here. They lead 32-26. We are at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back. You're watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. Back here in Toronto here, and I still cannot pronounce that gentleman's name. As you see, Sheed has it now. Grady Dick coming around. Grady Dick from right around the free throw line. That is good. Grady Dick puts the Raptors back on top by 8. You look at the Lakers shooting 50% and the Raptors 54%. Some pretty decent, efficient shooting here just in the first quarter. As you saw, Reeves has it right now on 12 on the shot clock. Finding it back over to Hayes. Hayes back over to Neck. Neck with 5 to shoot. Gives it over to Reeves. Reeves for 3. He drains it. Raptors lead down to 5. Sheed coming around. Sheed will get the layup, and that is off the iron. Smart will get the rebound. 1 minute into the second quarter. Austin Reeves finding it over to Hayes. Hayes with the slam dunk. Austin Reeves will get the assist there. As Sheed has it for at the Scotiabank, passing the Scotiabank logo here. Dick coming through. Grady Dick passing it back over to Sheed. Sheed with 10 to shoot. Sheed coming around. Passing back over to Hogbo. Grady Dick for 3. That is off the iron. That is too strong. Reeves will get the rebound. A chance to either go down by 1 or tie the game again. Over to Jarrett Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt back to Neck. Neck. Passing back over to Austin Reeves. Back over to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt. 3-point shot up. That is off the iron. Walter will grab the rebound for the Raptors here as we are 2 minutes into the second quarter as Sheed has it. Grady Dick coming around. He's going to get to the line as Hayes is called for his first foul.
At the line for Toronto. Taking 2 shots.
Grady Dick will go for 2 shots at the line here. As I said, we are over 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Raptors up by 4 now after that first one. Substitutions being made for the Raptors. And Dick will make them both. Marcus Smart has it for the Lakers now as he crosses the half-court line. Smart, and we have an illegal screen called against Austin Reeves. I believe that is his... Is that his second now, I think? Because I think he was called for the foul not too long ago, and now he gets the illegal screen called against him. Quickly has it. Back over to Magbo, and you see Grady Dick with the slam dunk. It's a 7-point lead again. Grady Dick with 4 points in the last couple of minutes in that sequence, and we have a timeout called by the Lakers here. 9:24 to play in the second quarter. It's 38-31 Raptors. We're going to take a break. You're watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. And we are back here in Toronto here. We look at the league leaders in team field goal percentages the last 10 games. See the Lakers at number 3 with 54.1% shooting on average. Hayes will inbound it. Gives it over to Jarrett Vanderbilt. As we're almost 3 minutes into the second quarter here, Austin Reeves passing it back over to Marcus Smart. Back over to Hayes. Under 5 to shoot. Austin Reeves will get the shot up. That is good. And the Lakers within 5. And Gobo passing it over to Grady Dick. Back over to Quickly. Emmanuel Quickly coming through. Trying to get a shot up. He will get that shot up, but that's too strong, and Marcus Smart will get the rebound for the Lakers. Smart coming through, and that is a charging foul called against Marcus Smart, and that's going to be another turnover against the Lakers. Look at the points per game production here. Looks like DeAndre Ayton is starting to regress a little bit. A few seasons ago, 18 points a game, and now he's currently at 11.4 points a game on average to begin this season. Barrett back over to Quickly here with the team up by 5. Mogbo with it. Over to Ingram. 5 to shoot. Ingram for 3. That is off the iron, too strong. Reeves will grab it. Marcus Smart has it now for the Lakers. He just got called for the charging foul just a couple seconds ago. Reeves with it. Hey, Reeves. There's a pass shot up by Smart, and Quickly will grab the rebound. Over 4 minutes into the second quarter. It is 38-33, Raptors on top. Mogbo with it. Back over to Quickly. Emmanuel Quickly for 3. He drains it. And the Raptors match their largest lead of the game. Quickly had 11 points in that first quarter. He's unofficially, I think, at 14. I think I may have called his name a couple more times. See Vanderbilt coming around with the layup. That is good. Back to 6 points again. Look at Mogbo. Mogbo with the jam, and it is back to an 8-point lead again. Marcus Smart here. As we're approaching 5 minutes into the second quarter. Marcus Smart had 8 points and 4 assists in the win against the Phoenix Suns in their last game. Jarrett Vanderbilt for 3. That is off the iron. Quickly will grab the rebound. Emmanuel Quickly has it. Back over to Grady Dick for 3. That is off the iron, and Hayes will get the rebound there. Smart. Back over to Neck. Neck passing over to Reeves. Austin Reeves with the bucket. It's back to 6 points again, and we have another timeout, this time by the Raptors. 6.5 to play in the second quarter. We are going to take a break. 43-37 Raptors on top. You're watching NBA 2K on VDub Productions. We're back here in Toronto, and I want to remind everybody, if you are enjoying what you're seeing so far with this content, don't forget to hit that like button, comment on this video, and don't forget to also hit the subscribe button if you have not yet, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications when videos do come out. And you see the inbound here. You see Ingram with it. Raptors up by 6 here. Ingram with it. Coming through, 9 to shoot. He's going to get that shot up, and that is no good. James will grab the rebound. Marcus Smart with it. Smart. Trying to see what he can do here. 12 to shoot. Passes over to James. LeBron back over to Doncic. Luka for 3. That is off the iron, but LeBron James will get the put-in off the offensive rebound. It's a 4-point lead now for the Raptors as we are over halfway through the second quarter. Grady Dick has it for the Raptors. Passing over to Emmanuel Quickly. Quickly coming through. Quickly with a jumper. That is off. No good. Jacob Poeltl with the rebound. That is no good as Rui Hachimura will get the rebound. You see Doncic with it on the other side of the court. Luka. Look at Doncic over to LeBron James. James coming around. James with a layup. That is good. It's only a 2-point lead now. Raptors led by as many as 8. Poeltl coming through now. Jakob Poeltl passing it back over to Quickly here on the shot clock. Back over to Barnes. Scotty Barnes with it. He's going to get a deep 2. That is no good. Jarrett Vanderbilt will get the rebound. LeBron James has it. No points for the Raptors in the last almost 3 minutes. Doncic for 3, and the Lakers are back on top by 1. Their largest lead in the game was 2 points. But they did have the lead about a couple times in the first quarter. You see Ingram coming around. Could have gotten the layup. You see Grady Dick with the bucket. That is good. Grady Dick puts the Raptors back on top by 1. Luka Doncic crossing the half-court line. Back over to Jared Vanderbilt. Back to LeBron. LeBron for 3, I believe. That is in and out. No good. Pirtle with the rebound. Quickly now has it for Grady Dick. Dick back to Ingram. 15 to shoot. Back over to Ingram. Ingram passing it over to Pirtle. Pirtle will get the layup, and the Raptors are up by 3. The Lakers shooting 19 of 35. The Raptors 18 of 38 from the field. And there's a miss right there. Brandon Ingram. Get it over to Grady Dick. Grady Dick with the slam dunk, and the Raptors are back up by 5. Hachimura passing it over to Marcus Smart. Luka Doncic holding on to it right now. 13 on the shot clock. We're under 3 minutes to play here in the second. Doncic coming around. Doncic with the layup, and that is good. Stops the bleeding for a second here. He has 15 points in 16 minutes of play. Luka does. 2:40 to play in the second quarter. 49-46, the Raptors on top. Emmanuel quickly. There's a deep shot. That is off the iron, too strong. James with the rebound. LeBron coming around. Back over to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt will get the layup. That is good. It's 49-48. The Raptors on top. Back over to Barnes. To Grady Dick. See Grady Dick coming through. 10 to shoot. Back over to Ingram. 5 to shoot. Ingram with the jump shot. That is up. That is no good. Hachimura with the rebound. Chance to take the lead again for the Lakers. Ingram with 14 points in this game. James coming around. LeBron layup. That is good. And the Lakers are back on top with 1:40 now to play in the second quarter. See Ingram taking the rebound. And we have another timeout by the Raptors here. 1:35 to play until halftime. We will take a break. You are watching NBA 2K on VW Productions. And we are back here in Toronto, as I said. 95 seconds left to play in the first half. The Lakers on top, 50-49. Seems to have been a back-and-forth game the last few minutes. See Pirtle getting ready to inbound it back over to Scotty Barnes. 15 to shoot. On the shot clock, you see Emmanuel quickly back to Scotty Barnes. Over to Barrett. The native Canadian being guarded by LeBron James. You see Barnes for 3. That is off the iron, and Doncic will get the rebound. James coming through. LeBron James and Reeves. Reeves for 3. He drains it. And that's the first time the Lakers are led by 2 possessions in this game. And we are now 1 minute to play in the second quarter. 53-49, Lakers on top. Ingram for 3. That is off the iron. James will get the rebound. See the crowd getting restless here in Toronto. Hachimura passing back over to Ayton. Ayton back to James. LeBron James for 3. He drains it. It's a 7-point lead now. No team has led by as many as 8. And that was the Raptors that had that 8-point lead a few times in this first half. And that was almost a pass there, but that's going to be tipped and stolen by Reeves. Back to Hachimura. Hachimura back to LeBron. They do have to get a shot off before the end of the quarter. LeBron just holding on to it with 8 on the shot clock. LeBron coming through. He's getting ready to pass it back over to Hachimura. Hachimura for 3. That is off the iron. Barnes wants to get a shot off. He'll get the shot off, and that is good. Or is it good? No, that miss. It looked like he made it for a second. That's not good. It may have just hit the. It may have just hit the net. Oh, I was fooled for a second here. We are about to head to halftime, though. The Raptors up 56-49. We'll be back after this halftime report. You're watching NBA 2K on VW Productions. Back here, getting ready to start the third quarter here. 56-49. The Lakers on top of the Raptors here. Austin Reeves, big part of that surge. Ending the half on an 8-0 run, by the way. The Lakers, as I said, trailed by as many as 8 points. They now lead by as many as 7 as we start the second half. Barnes passing it back over to quickly to start the third quarter. Jacob Poeltl back over to RJ Barrett. Barrett coming around with a bucket. That is good, and that will stop the bleeding from the end of the first half. Lakers up by 5 now as Doncic, Reeves, Ayton, LeBron, and Hachimura in the lineup. Doncic for 3. He misses that one. Poeltl will get the rebound. You got Poeltl, Ingram, Barrett, Barnes on the floor for the Raptors. So you got the starting 5 for both teams out on the floor to start the third quarter. See Brandon Ingram for 3. That is off the iron. LeBron James grabbing the rebound to Austin Reeves. Reeves has it. LeBron James coming through. LeBron passing back over to Hachimura. Hachimura for 3. That is off the iron. Barnes will grab the rebound. Emmanuel Quickly, that was who I mentioned, but I knew it was the entire starting 5 that was on the floor for both teams. Jacob Poeltl coming through. Poeltl, that's a jump shot. That is strong. DeAndre Ayton with the rebound. Luka Doncic has it. Austin Reeves. Back over to Doncic. Doncic for 3. That is strong. Hachimura will get the rebound, and that is good. And the Lakers are back on top by 7. Emmanuel Quickly passing over to Scotty Barnes now. We got RJ Barrett with it. 11 on the shot clock. Barrett for 3. That is off the iron. Ayton with the rebound. Luka Doncic coming through. Luka with the layup. That is too strong, and Barnes will get the rebound. Got Scotty Barnes back over to Quickly. Quickly back to Barnes. Back to Ingram. Over to Poeltl. To Barrett. Back over to Barnes. Barnes for 3. That is off the iron. Ayton will grab the rebound. Doncic has it. Over to James. LeBron James with it. 10 to shoot. LeBron coming with the layup, and it's a 9-point lead for the Lakers. 11 points for LeBron tonight. His first 2 of the second half. As we have a timeout by the Raptors here. 9:07 to play. The Lakers leading it by 9. We'll take a break. You're watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. We're back here in Toronto. The Lakers with a 9-point lead. That is the largest lead by any team tonight. They see the Raptors there at 10 and 12. They are currently in the play-in spot if the season were to end today. You see Poeltl will inbound it over to Barrett. Emmanuel Quickly has it for the Raptors. We are now 3 minutes into the third quarter. RJ Barrett, 8 to shoot. Gets a screen. Doesn't get it for that long here. Barrett coming around. There's Poeltl. Poeltl will get that shot up. That is good. And they cut the deficit to 7. James crossing the timeline. LeBron James still has it over here. 13 on the shot clock. Over to Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves for 3. That is too strong. Poeltl will get the rebound for the Raptors. Back over to Barrett. RJ Barrett has it back over to Emmanuel Quickly. Quickly will get the shot up. That's a 3-point attempt. That is good. It's a 4-point game. Emmanuel Quickly had 14 points plus 3. That's now 17 for him in this game. Or unofficially 17 points right now. James for 3. He drains it, and it's back to a 7-point lead for the Lakers. See the Laker bench really pumped right now. Emmanuel Quickly has it for the Raptors. Now you got RJ Barrett, 10 to shoot, 9 to shoot. Screen coming through. Back over to RJ Barrett. And there's a jump shot by Barrett. That is off the iron, no good. Austin Reeves grabbing the rebound. Reeves with it. As you see, Austin Reeves holding on to it, 14 to shoot. LeBron James coming around with the slam dunk. And it's back up to a 9-point lead again. LeBron James has 13 in this game. 9-point lead for the Raptors here as we're over 5 minutes into the third quarter. Pirtle with it. Back over to RJ Barrett. Barrett with a jump shot. That is no good. DeAndre Ayton has a rebound now. Luka Doncic has it. Barrett only 4 points on 2 of 7 shooting. He has 3 rebounds. LeBron James with the bucket. And the Lakers are up by 11. First team all game to lead by double figures. And it isn't until the third quarter. Barnes for 3. That is no good. Doncic will get the rebound. Scotty Barnes, as I said, 2 points, 5 rebounds on 1 of 7 shooting. See DeAndre Ayton with the layup. It's a 13-point lead for the Lakers. They are starting to pull away in this game. As we are now halfway through the third quarter. See Ingram coming around with a slam dunk. And the Raptors have it to within 11. 69-58 with 5:40 to play in the third. LeBron James coming through. Passing it back over to Reeves. Reeves for 3. That is too strong, but LeBron will get the rebound. There we go. LeBron James still has it. Now, coming around with the layup. That is good, and the Lakers are back up by 13. Hachimura with the assist there. 17 to play, 17 to shoot, I should say. Ingram coming through. Ingram back over to Pirtle. Pirtle, there's a bucket. That is good. Yeah, you see Luka with it coming through. And there is a timeout by the Lakers here. 4:58 to play in the third. 71-60 Lakers on top. We're taking a timeout. You're watching NBA 2K on Vita Productions. And we are back here in Toronto. Lakers up by 11 with under 5 to play in the third. And it's been a very dominant effort since I think the last few minutes of that second quarter. It was a back and forth game, but now it seems like the Lakers are trying to pull away. I mean, still plenty of time for the Raptors to get back into this. See LeBron James. He's coming through. James with the bucket. LeBron James is starting to heat up. He now has 22 points. He has 13 of those here in this third quarter. So he's already more than doubled his input from the first half here in this third quarter. You see Pirtle with 4.5 to play in the third. Barrett coming through. RJ Barrett passing it over to Barnes. Back over to Grady Dick. Dick for 3. That is off the iron. Vanderbilt will grab the rebound. Back over to Luka Doncic. Doncic with the layup, and that is good. It's a 15-point lead, their largest of the game. You look at the rebounds. Lakers out-rebounding the Raptors 34-21. Down to the last few minutes of the third quarter, 4 to play in the third. RJ Barrett coming through. And LeBron is just trying to have some good defense on him, but RJ Barrett was able to get the bucket there. LeBron James, as I said, having himself a game, having himself a quarter. James back over to Smart. Smart for 3. That is off the iron, but Jared Vanderbilt gets the offensive rebound, and you see that pass to LeBron James, and he hits the 3. Vanderbilt gets the assist there as well as the rebound. LeBron has 25 points, 16 of them here in the third. And it's a 16-point lead for the Lakers here as we're approaching 3 minutes to play. Grady Dick back over to Jacob Pirtle. Pirtle passing over to Barrett. Got to get the shot up. Barrett for 3. That is off the iron. Vanderbilt will get the rebound. Marcus Smart with it. And there's a tip there, and that's going to definitely be a steal by Emmanuel Quickly. I think that might have been Barnes that had the tip there. RJ Barrett with it. 2:35 to play in the third. Back over to Barnes. Scotty Barnes for three. That is too strong. Marcus Smart will grab the rebound. 16-point lead for the Lakers here. They were up by 7 going into the third quarter. See, Rui Hachimura now makes it a 19-point lead. LeBron James with the assist there. The final 123 seconds of the third quarter. Gives it back over to Barrett. Barrett for three. That is off the iron. Vanderbilt will get the rebound. Or no, that might have been Jared Vanderbilt with the three. That's my fault right there. Sometimes the numbers are confusing to me. I do apologize here. Smart coming around. Marcus Smart, the layup. That is good. And it's a 21-point lead. You see the Lakers shooting at 60% to the 41% for the Raptors. Quickly coming around. Quickly back to R.J. Barrett. Barrett for three. That is off the iron. Doncic will grab the rebound. See the crowd getting restless. You see LeBron for three. He drains it. LeBron James has 28, and he has 19 in this quarter. And to think, he had nothing in that first quarter. You're looking at that scoring breakdown here. 24-point lead for the Lakers. Jacob Poeltl back over to Quickly, and that's stolen by Vanderbilt. And Jarrett Vanderbilt with the steal now to Marcus Smart. Back over to LeBron James. Over to Smart for three. He drains it. It's a 27-point lead. Lakers shooting 7 of 22 from the three-point line. And the Raptors are 8 of 19 from beyond the arc. Quickly for three. That is off the iron. No good. Shot clock turned off. See Smart coming around. Smart back over to Vanderbilt. Back to Luka Doncic. 10 left of the third quarter. Luka just going to hold on to it for a second. Luka coming around. There's a bucket. No good. Poeltl. And that's going to do it. We are at the end of the third quarter, and the Lakers are pouring it on. They lead 89-62, and we'll be back to start the fourth quarter. This is NBA 2K on Vida Productions. Starting the fourth quarter here, you see Austin Reeves inbounding it to Marcus Smart here, up by 17. You see Sheed, Walter, Mogbo, Dick, and Ingram for the starting lineups for the fourth quarter for the Raptors here. Reeves, Vanderbilt, Hayes in the game. Doncic, I believe, is still in the game. Ingram has it. Grady Dick with it, with his team down by 27. Grady Dick coming through, 5 on the shot clock. Passing it over to Sheed. Sheed for three. That is off the iron. Austin Reeves will grab the rebound. As we're approaching 1 minute into the fourth quarter here, Reeves back over to Hayes, and Hayes with a slam dunk, and it makes that a 29-point lead. And they just continuing to extend the lead. See some of the fans already left the building. As you see, that's stolen by Smart. Smart coming around with the slam dunk. It's a 31-point lead here. Don't forget, when this game is over with, we are not done yet. We still got to go over to the statistics as well as the post-game ticker and the injury report. And then I want to tell you guys, as you see Ingram with the shot up, no good. Vanderbilt with it. And then tomorrow's game will be in the state of Texas, the heart of Texas, as the Dallas Mavericks will see Cooper Flagg for a second time in the season play through willingly. We'll play the Houston Rockets. You see Vanderbilt with the dunk. The Rockets have been were shown twice in the first schedule block. This will be the first time in schedule block number 2 for the Mavericks, as they were only shown once. So we'll see the Mavericks for a second time and the Rockets for a third time in watched games. Sheed for 3. He drains it. It's only a 30-point game here as we are approaching 2.5 to play here, 2.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. So coming up tomorrow, or it'll be the morning of November 15, 2025, if you're watching this at a later date, and that will be the Rockets at the Mavericks. As we see Ingram loses it, as see Vanderbilt with it. And of course the calendar for that game, you see Necht out there. Back over to Smart. Smart back over to Reeves. Reeves for 3. He drains it, and it's a 33-point lead again. So the calendar for that game, for the Houston at Dallas game, the actual day will be December 6th on the calendar. December 6th, 2025, and that will actually be Saturday, December 6th. Next, passing it back over to Reeves. Reeves back to Smart. Smart for 3. That is off the iron. Vanderbilt will have it here. 8:20 to play in the fourth. Back over to Necht. Necht, or no, that was actually Hayes. Never mind. What am I getting these names confused for? Sheed has it. Back over to Grady Dick. Grady Dick over to Sheed. Sheed for 3. That is off. No good. Hayes will get the rebound. Over to Smart. Smart with it. Back over to Austin Reeves. Reeves, deep 2. He drains it. The Lakers are at the century mark. This was a close game in the first half. And you see Sheed coming around with the layup. That is good. This was a close game in the first half, and then the Lakers went on an 8-0 run when they were down by 1 to lead by 7. And it's been the Lakers since then. They never looked back after that run to end the first half. Reeves, deep 2. That is off, but you see Hayes will get the rebound and a slam dunk, and it's a 35-point game again, 5 minutes into the fourth. As a reminder that tomorrow, or if you're watching this at a later date, the day of the upload will be November 15th, 2025 at 10 a.m. Eastern, because that is a Saturday to accommodate the college football crowd. Ingram with the jump shot will be the Houston Rockets at the Dallas Mavericks. See Reeves with it. Oh, almost had it for a second. You see Marcus Smart. He misses that. Walter will get the rebound there. Back over to Ingram. Ingram. There's the shot, and it's back to a 33-point game again. And I just want to get that one out, announce the games as quickly as I can in case we do not have a timeout. I see Marcus Smart for 3. That is off the iron. Necht controls it back for the Lakers. Necht has it again, and he'll get through, and the Lakers are back on top by 35. They have shot 45 of 79. The Raptors 28 of 72. Sheed with it. Back over to Walter, back to Ingram. 9 to shoot on the shot clock. Brandon Ingram. 3 on the shot clock. Ingram will get the shot up. That is no good. Marcus Smart grabbing the rebound. So we're approaching 5 minutes to play here in the fourth. 104-69. Make that 106-69 on the Jared Vanderbilt slam dunk. Austin Reeves will have the assist. And it looks like more and more fans are leaving at Scotiabank Arena. Looks like the Raptors, unless something happens, are going to fall to 10-13 on the season and 0-2 in watched games. While the Lakers look like they're going to go to 14-7, as you see, that's out of bounds, and we're going to have a lot of substitutions here. As you might have heard a train coming by. I do live with train tracks behind my place. Amtrak comes through a lot, as well as freight trains. As you see Barnes with it coming through. 5 on the shot clock, Scotty Barnes. There's Barnes with the bucket. Shot up, no good. Jake LaRavia with the coming in for the first time. Get it over to Marcus Smart. Smart gets the screen for a second, and I don't know who that was, but that was a nice alley-oop there, and the Lakers are up by 39. See more players coming out. Ingram coming through. Ingram will miss that. Koloko, that was who had the slam dunk there. You see Necht with it. 3:33 to play in the game. 108-69. Lakers on top. Marcus Smart for 3. That is off the iron. Barnes will get the rebound. The Raptors have not scored in nearly 3 minutes. But does it really matter? I see Ingram for 3. That is off the iron. Jarrett Vanderbilt will get the rebound. Necht has it. Necht for 3. That is off the iron. RJ Barrett will grab the rebound. Emmanuel quickly. RJ Barrett for 3. He misses that. Necht for Marcus Smart has it. Back over to Koloko. Koloko coming around, and that is good. It is a 41-point lead for the Lakers. 2:25 left in this game. Dare I say this is academic now? Barnes for 3. The drought still continues for the Raptors. They just want to get some points, I think, for the Raptors, just to say they didn't get the final few minutes of this game without any points. Koloko coming around. 10 on the shot clock as we're down to the final 2 minutes. Necht for 3. That is off the iron. Barnes will get the rebound. Barnes, give it back over to Emmanuel quickly. Back over to RJ Barrett. 10 on the shot clock. Barrett wants to try to get a shot to end the game, or to end the drought. RJ Barrett will end that scoreless drought. 1:34 to play in the fourth. Definitely, I kind of want to see, okay, how long that drought lasted. I'll probably bring that out right as we talk about statistics for or look at the player statistics. Koloko, 2, 1. Koloko, that is no good. Pearl will get the rebound. Barnes with it as we see quickly for 3. That is off the iron. We are down to the last minute of the fourth quarter. See Marcus Smart coming around to Koloko. 43. Misses that. Koloko back to Marcus Smart to Jarrett Vanderbilt. Back to Necht. Necht for 3. No good. Barnes with the rebound here. 33 seconds to play here in the fourth. Barnes back to RJ Barrett. 20 seconds to play here in the fourth. 4 to shoot. 3 to shoot. And Barrett will get another bucket here. All the Lakers have to do is just cross the half-court line, and they don't have to really do anything else. Believe it or not, this was a close game until late in the first half when the Lakers went on a run, 8-0 run, and they did not look back. They walk away with a 110-73 win over the Toronto Raptors. The Lakers go to 14-7, and the Raptors fall to 10-13. The Lakers do improve their watch game record to 1-1, while the Raptors will fall to 0-2 in these watch games here in this season playthrough. As we see an interview, which you cannot hear the interview because I have the sound turned down, Instead, you get me. Luka Doncic is getting interviewed by Ali LaForce. And remember, we are not done yet. Be back after the player of the game. It's time to look at the player statistics, starting off with the home team, the Toronto Raptors here. And when I looked at my records, I looked at the scoring summary, and the Raptors scored only 4 points in the final 6.5 minutes of the game. So they went on a very bad scoring drought. I mean, the game was already out of hand before then, but tells you just how bad that fourth quarter was for them, especially or the second half as a whole. So Brandon Ingram, 18 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. Then we got Emmanuel Quickley, 17 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Grady Dick, 13 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and a steal. R.J. Barrett had 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Jacob Ertl, 6 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Jamal Sheed, 5 points and an assist. Scotty Barnes, 2 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. Jonathan Mogbo, 2 and 2. That's 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Jacoby Walter had only 2 rebounds and an assist in the game. Sandro Mamukalashvili. He played 3 minutes in the game, and he had no stats. Oche Agabaji, Colin Murray Boyles, Jamison Battle, AJ Lawson, Garrett Temple, the former Sacramento King. They did not play for the Raptors. And now we look at the victorious Los Angeles Lakers. We got LeBron James, 28.7 rebounds, 10 assists. He still had a double-double. Interesting enough, he did not score in the first or the fourth quarter. He had a 19-point third quarter, I can tell you that, and that was part of a big reason why the Lakers were able to run away in this game. I don't even think he played a single second in the fourth quarter. Got Austin Reeves, who was, I think, the only starter who played in that fourth quarter. 22 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists for him. Luka Doncic, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Yeah, Jared Vanderbilt off the bench, a double-double, 11 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Jackson Hayes, 8 points, 4 rebounds, and an assist. DeAndre Ayton, 7 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. I don't even think he played that much in the second half or in the fourth quarter at all. Marcus Smart, 7 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists for him. Rui Hachimura, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Christian Coloco had 4 points and a rebound. Dalton Neck, 2 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Jake LaRavia played in the final few minutes when the game was really academic there. He only had 1 rebound. Bronny James Jr., Maxi Kleber, Ado Thyro, Gabe Vincent. I know Gabe Vincent did play actually in that first watch game, but he did not play in this one. Those are the players who did not play for the Lakers, and those are your statistics for the game. It is now time for the post-game ticker, brought to you by 2K Sports. And we start off for the remaining games for Thursday, December 4th, 2025. We start off in the city of brotherly love, where there was no brotherly love shown by the Warriors. They run all over the 76ers, 126-102. The Celtics, 132-101 winners in our nation's capital over the Wizards. The Jazz fall to a league worst 2-13 record, actually in a very contested battle against the Brooklyn Nets, who get their 6th win of the season. 113-108, the Brooklyn Nets on the winners. The game that you just watched, the Lakers over the Raptors, 110-73. And then last but not least for this day, we got the Timberwolves, 120-101 winners over the New Orleans Pelicans. The T-Wolves are the first team to reach 20 wins this season. For the games on Friday, December 5th, 2025. Lakers on back-to-back nights. This time they win at Boston, 123-114. The Magic, 120-115 winners over the Miami Heat. The Nuggets, 125-103 winners over the Atlanta Hawks. In Cleveland, the Cavaliers, 119-99 winners over the San Antonio Spurs. Pistons, 124-103 winners over the Portland Trailblazers. And I can tell you right now, in real life, at the time of the recording of this game, the Pistons are a lot better in real life than they are in this universe. The Jazz become the first team to lose 20 games. They fall to the New York Knicks, 112-92. The Knicks still an Eastern Conference best, 19-3. The Raptors fall to the Hornets at home back-to-back nights, 121-104. The Hornets get their 7th win of the season. The Bulls in a very close one and a comeback from behind win for what it seemed like. They defeat the Pacers 119-115. The Rockets, 109-104 winners over the Phoenix Suns. The Clippers go into Memphis and beat the Grizzlies 128-114. The Bucks, 125-103 winners over the 76ers. And the Thunder, 138-118 winners over the Dallas Mavericks. And that is your post-game ticker. As my buddy RJL Network would say, if your team won, congratulations. If not, there's always tomorrow. And it's now time to look at the injury reports for each team after the game, after December 5th, 2025. We start off with the 76ers. Tyrese Maxey, strained left MCL, out 1 to 2 weeks. Bucks have no injuries. Bulls have no injuries. Cavaliers, it's now just Max Struss still left on the injured list. He's still out 1 to 2 weeks with that torn right foot ligament. Jason Tatum, not only is he still out 4 to 6 weeks, but Jaylen Brown is now out 4 to 6 weeks with a broken nose. And I forgot that Jason Tatum is 4 to 6 months, I should say. Chris Paul still another 1 to 2 weeks left of injury. Grizzlies no injury. Hawks still without the services of Zachary Risachet. He's still out 1 to 2 weeks. Terry Rozier, we know he's suspended indefinitely. Hornets, no injuries. Jazz, no injuries. The Kings without Drew Eubanks. He's day-to-day. He is hurt, but it really doesn't matter, even in real life. It's going to be a long season for both this universe and in real life. We mentioned that Gershon Yabusele is out. Same with Landry Shamet. Now Mitchell Robinson is out 1 to 2 weeks with a bruised left knee for the Knicks. Jackson Hayes, a hyperextended right knee. He is day-to-day. Guess he got injured during that game against Boston. We look at Wendell Carter Jr., and now we have Tristan Da Silva out 1 to 2 weeks. But Tyus Jones is now recovering with a bruised right shoulder. He's day-to-day. He should be back in the lineup soon for the Magic. And as I mentioned before, we still got Kyrie Irving and Derek Lively out for another 1 to 2 weeks, and Dante Exum out 4 to 6 weeks with a pinched nerve in the back. So we will not see either of those three play tomorrow for the Mavericks. Let me see. Injuries still the same. Michael Porter Jr. and Terrence Mann still out. They're day-to-day. But Keon Johnson's recovering with that strained left quad. He's day-to-day. And we like to welcome back Peyton Watson, actually, is the only team player on the Denver Nuggets list. Bruce Brown is welcome back into the lineup now. But I see deep left thigh bruise, 1 to 2 weeks for Peyton Watson. Tyrese Halliburton, we already know his injury. Pelicans, nothing to report. Jaden Ivey, we still out 2 to 4 months. Real Raptors, no injuries to report. And it looks like that Dorian Finney-Smith is back in the lineup after missing just a couple of games, because Fred VanVleet is the only player on the Rockets injured list. We know why. De'Aaron Fox, the only player on that list, still out 4 to 6 weeks. Suns, no injuries. Thunder, we still got Isaiah Hartenstein out 6 to 8 weeks. Cason Wallace still out day to day. Julius Randle is out 2 to 4 months, and Dante DiVincenzo now added to the injured list for the Timberwolves. He's out 2 to 4 weeks with a strained left MCL. Let me see. Kamara is back for the Portland Trailblazers. Sharp is now day-to-day, but he's still out, and we all know about Damian Lillard's injury. Warriors, nothing to report, and Cam Whitmore, the only injury on the Wizards. He's still out 6 to 8 weeks with a torn right meniscus. And that is your injury report for the games played after December 5th, 2025. For this video, just to remind you that coming up tomorrow, or if you're watching this at a later date, that'll be Saturday. This game came out on Saturday, November 15th, 2025, and that will be a December 6th, 2025 game featuring the Houston Rockets at the Dallas Mavericks in a Southwest Division battle. So that is the NBA 2K portion there. I want to remind you guys to please leave a like, comment, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you have not. And hit the bell icon to receive notifications when these videos do come out, as well as my College Football 26 Dynasty, or not Dynasty, but my simulations. And also, I am doing a 28-team college football playoff of my own. I had a projection video out just a couple days ago. I'll leave that video out for that one, for the projection video for November 12th, 2025, as I get those out every Wednesday, the night after the actual college football playoff rankings come out. And that's going to do it for this video now. Reminding you the final score, the Los Angeles Lakers grabbed an 8-0 run to end the first half when they were trailing by 1 to go up by 7 at halftime, and they never looked back. They used a big third quarter to beat the Raptors very convincingly, 110-73. I am Vinny from V-Dub Productions. I am signing off.